Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Misfit Show. I am your host, Miss Phins. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. Thank you. Just trying to get this shirt on, right? Jesus. How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning. It is the off season. Yeah, my check. I know. For some reason, Aqua, my computer decided to turn itself. I guess it did an update and restarted everything. I had the show ready, and I'm like, oh gosh. So yeah, it happens. But good morning to you, sir. Good morning to everybody. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through to the Misfit Show. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. Yes, I've got a good one for you today, ladies and gentlemen, because I was thinking about it. There were some moves the Dolphins did, at least one particular move that might actually help out the season next year in a huge way. One of the main things, ladies and gentlemen, we've complained about is Mike McDaniel's overall play calling, as far as his inability to be able to, I guess, contain the entire game, if you will. What do I mean by that? Sometimes it just feels like he has it's too much for him to be calling the play and also trying to pay attention to the game. So one move, ladies and gentlemen, is that we actually ended up doing where I'm like, okay, we're actually making something, something worth it. We're making a move that I feel like it really does change how we do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm very happy. Oh, thank God. Sorry, I just saw some good news here. Hmm, thank God. Thank God. Mm. Oh, Cooper DeJean, look at him with his family. Oh, they're so cute. Mm. Okay, so yeah, we made a Okay, sorry. Give me 1 second, cause I'm telling you, it's the rabbit hole, people. The rabbit hole. Okay, no, I'm getting off of this rabbit hole. It's so hard not to look at all the stuff. What up, Bones? Welcome. How you doing? Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Hit that like button. Okay. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're gonna talk about today. Bobby Slowick. Listen, it's about time. I don't even know how many more ways we could say this. Here it is. Finally, I found one. Ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins, we gotta make moves. We gotta make some changes. And right now, we finally made a change. I feel like it's going to help out Mike McDaniel. I just think it's too much for him. So let's discuss that today. Can this one move by the Miami Dolphins really save Mike McDaniel's job? Um, and that is the Bobby Slowick move. It almost seems like inevitable, ladies and gentlemen, that we're even seeing this. We needed the Dolphins to make a move. We needed a change, in my opinion, and that's one of the things that I've been kind of been upset about, and we all have been. It's the fact that we feel like Dolphins haven't done any moves at all. But with this one move, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's gonna help. Only if what I think is gonna happen, and from what I'm seeing, could be what we do for us. Now, when it comes to Bobby Slowick, just to get a little bit of background, guys, he used to work. Well, he started out in the NFL as far as his coaching career. He was a defensive assistant for the Redskins from 2011 to 2013. He was a defensive quality control coach for the 49ers from 2017 to 2018. That's when he knew Mike McDaniel because they both coached there. He also became the offensive assistant for the 49ers from 2019 to 2020. And then after that, in 2021, he became the offensive pass game specialist. And in 2022, he got promoted to being the offensive pass game coordinator. So that's where he pretty much, ended up working with the 49ers. After that, he went and became the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans from 2023 to 2024, where you saw young rookie, CJ Stroud have one of the best rookie seasons ever. Took his team from being one of the, I don't want to say worst teams, but one of the worst teams in his division, not only winning the division in that last game, but also to winning a playoff game. A lot of that was contributed to the fact that um, Slowick had a hands on when it came to play calling and things like that. And I mean, hey, you got a rookie quarterback, and then you're able to go ahead and get him to where he did. That's a huge stint. Now, last year, a lot of people said, "Oh, here comes the Texans with their or CJ Stroud with his sophomore slump," right? Um, well, it happens. I mean, I don't know why it ends up happening. You know what I mean? Now, in my opinion, personally, I don't think the Texans should have fired him, but they ended up doing so. They let him go last year. He was also part of several head coaching um, opportunities out there as well. And what I mean by that, he was actually sought out to be a head coach after he started working with CJ Stroud and they had all that success. Um, what were the teams? So he actually interviewed for the Seattle job last year, the Panthers job, the Commanders job, the Titans job, and the Falcons job last year. And then this past year, like this offseason, he also not this offseason, but after the Texans were done, he actually interviewed for the Jets position as well, but he didn't get that either. Now, in my opinion, this only really works if what we need and what we want is Mike McDaniel no longer calling plays. That's the only way, in my opinion, that it actually works and we can take the most advantage of this. If not, honestly, I just don't see how, making this move really is going to make as big of an impact without that particular element. Mike McDaniel right now, I just think it gets to be too much for him to do the overall head coaching, especially in game, and also calling the plays. You see it next to him, and for some reason, it's just not it's just not working. And if you don't see that, I mean, we go from the number one offensive scoring offense, number one offense period, to starting out the first half of the season as dead last, and then working our way up to what 23rd. So Algovation says, Miss Phins, your last two morning streams, no alert went out. Really? Ah, you. I don't know why. It should have. I'm not sure why. It definitely should have. But you know what does help, guys? When you guys really do hit that like button, subscribe, all that helps. But hitting the like button, the more we get the likes, the more it kind of lets them know, okay, let's go ahead and push this puppy out. So please continue to hit that like button, guys, for us, because it really does make a huge difference. Um, so that's the main issue that I have with Mike McDaniel. And I just think he gets flustered and at times, specifically in critical moments, and you know what I mean, we've seen this fourth quarter, third and long, or even fourth quarter, third and short, or fourth and short, and we're almost thinking like, what's going on? And this man is just we see the bad play calling, we do. But in my opinion, one coach that some people are kind of saying if he takes this method, it'll work for him. Is this one? Let me see here. This particular head coach, if he's able to go ahead and kind of mirror what he does, there you go. Then we should have some success in our offense, and that would be Nick Sirianni, ladies and gentlemen. Why Nick Sirianni? Because Nick Sirianni, he doesn't call the plays in offense or defense. Nick Sirianni focuses on the overall team. So what does that mean? He goes ahead and check with the offense whenever there's a situation. Okay, what are the options? What are we thinking, guys? Okay, that sounds good. Go ahead and send that play over. Same thing for the defense. Nick Sirianni is focused on reining in the team and making sure everybody's focused on where their mindset should be and what they should be focusing on. And guess what? He's been the head coach of the Eagles for the last 4 years, if not five. And out of the last 4 years, they've made it to two Super Bowls and won the second one. And hey, what's up, G man? Oh gosh, you're hilarious, man. But if you take a look at it, it's kind of simple, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Mike McDaniel, he seems too overwhelmed with play calling duties. And one thing that you've noticed, and we've heard Tua say this before, and you've heard it from other players too. Sometimes those plays just they come out so late. And if you guys understand when it comes to the NFL, um, wherever the play clock is, I believe it cuts off at 15 seconds left. So if you do not have that play in before that 15-second cutoff, you literally just gave a half a play to your or whatever you ended up doing. You know what I mean? That's why you see a lot of quarterbacks they have like the little armband with the play or some basic plays or whatever the game plan is overall that they want to be able to call, or like some basic plays that he knows, okay, if I see this, this is what I'm going to call, this is what I'm going to focus on, this is what we're seeing from the drive. What up, Bones? Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming through. So that's pretty much it. Like right now, it's just too slow. And it's not. He's still a young head coach. I know that I say, man, I get frustrated because I love my team. I love my team. And it just gets so frustrating sometimes where we're fans. We're not getting paid by the team. All we do is just, watch the games. We're passionate about our team. We want to succeed. But one of the main issues, ladies and gentlemen, and we've all seen this. We've all seen it. That's why I don't even have to spend too much time. It just sometimes it seems like the play calling for Mike McDaniel gets it gets over him. Now, don't get me wrong. when it comes to game planning and putting in, that game plan, man, there's a reason why he was the run game coordinator for essentially for the 49ers. Look at how dominant they were. Obviously, it helps to have, phenomenal players like they did in their team. But guess what? We brought a couple of those guys over here. And that's, why we were able to sustain some success in the run game. But you never saw Mike McDaniel calling plays on the field. He didn't do that till this year. And it is a different, listen, it is an extremely different monster when you're watching the game. And this is what people, and I found this out what was it, 2 years ago, or maybe even like the year before that. I'm trying to find, let me here. It's the only way that I can actually like illustrate this, so don't laugh at my props, people. But let me show you something that maybe sometimes us fans don't see, because we're watching the game from the point of view of eye in the sky. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why didn't they? Let me show you. I actually I was sitting at this. If you know the Miami Dolphins Stadium, Hard Rock Stadium, the 72 Club, that's 50-yard line, home side. I was sitting there, and I was right behind the players, right behind the bench. I got to see my sexy or good sexy. Oh God. Anywho, I'm still alive. Uh, and one thing that I noticed sitting right behind the 50-yard line, literally, was that we may see the game in 3D, but when you're in a sideline, the game is like this. It is two-dimensional. If you play video games, you know exactly what I mean. It moves like this. It's two-dimensional. We're not seeing, the bird's eye view of, oh, this guy's here, this guy's here. I mean, depth perception, obviously, you know what I mean? But you're looking at it, it's 2D. So you're trying to watch the game, and this is why you'll catch a lot of head coaches peeking at the jumbotrons to try to get that bird's eye view. And that's why you see a lot of coordinators, whether it's offense or defense, they'll be in the booth so they can have that bird's eye view, so they can continue to, make the plays and things like that. But when you're on the sideline, on the bench, this is how you're watching the game, just like this. So sometimes you can't really tell who's behind who or on the side of them, and it gets a little bit tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I was just a fan, just watching. But that's one of the main things that caught my eye. I'm like, oh, if this is how I'm seeing it on the sideline, literally what the coaches are seeing, what the players on the bench are seeing, you're seeing this puppy like this in two-dimensional. You're not seeing it three-dimensional up here. Hey, we got CB83 in the building. What up, CB? Good morning, Miss Phins. Good morning to you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Shackle in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Aloha to you. Thank you, guys. Bone says, I feel he should only give options through the headset. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm telling you. I've been saying he needs to learn to be a head coach and let someone else play call. Exactly. And a lot of us feel this way because he's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually pretty good. It's just, I feel like, and this is one of the things that I've said, and you've heard me say this on the, especially after a game, breaking it down. He outcoaches himself. It's not necessarily that the other coach outcoached McDaniel, is that McDaniel outcoaches himself. The analysis of paralysis. And sometimes it just gets a little too much, don't get me wrong. Players have to execute whatever plan he's putting out there, whatever play he's putting out there. They have to execute for us to have success. But you also see it. You also see it that there are times when you're like, why would he call this play right here? That just makes no sense. And we've seen that plenty of times. Now, could McDaniel be, one of these historic Hall of Fame coaches? Everybody has that potential overall, you know. Can he? Sure, he can. Will he? That's a different story. But we have to take into consideration one of the main things Mike McDaniel needs to work on is just solely the overall team. When the team is down and something, he needs that whole. Okay, do we remember Hard Rocks? When you heard him talking about whenever they were in the auditorium going over plays or whatever, he was like, you know, you need to bleeping this and bleeping that and da 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 da, and we need to do that. That's about as tough as he gets. Except when I have seen him go off on refs and some insane calls they've given us, and you see McDaniel, and I'm like, Coach, you're about to get arrested. Like, calm down. That's why you see his security guard always bringing him back because he's about to like run on the field and tackle one of these refs, which I'm right there with him. Some of these calls we've gotten in the last few years, ridiculous. So that passion, I need him to have it for the whole team, but he needs to give up that play calling ability. Not everybody has that where they can watch the game and still play calls. Like that takes a different level. And maybe he will be able to do that in a few years. Just right now, mm-mm. Mm, 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 mm. Nope. And now, do I think he'll do it? I think if he's smart. I mean, dang, 3 years, you know? I think now you have plenty of games under your belt that you can say, okay, maybe I do need a little bit more help in this aspect, right? But I almost feel like, come on, man. Come on. And now you got Bobby Slowick, who you're bringing in from the Texans. He was their offensive coordinator, so you already know they had success under him. Taking that team who finished 10-7, they won their division and then destroyed the Cleveland Browns in that first round and won the first playoff. You guys see, man, what am I talking about? Man, I got the picture right here. Where is this puppy? You guys have seen this. CJ Stroud already has 2 playoff wins. 2 of them. You see this. And you're seeing this from when he had Slowick as his OC. Hey, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, Jax. Welcome. Greer better draft 2 stud linemen. Man, I've been praying for that for the last like 7 years. I'm telling you. Oh gosh, I'm telling you. What up, Billy? Welcome. Greer not about to. Good morning, AB for life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look at Billy. Is it 2026 yet? Miss Phins, I've been cooking the Wolfpack lately. Get them some. Dude, see me. You're too much, man. You're too much. We gotta do the round table again, man. I love doing it with you guys, you, TD. You know, if y'all want to bring BC or Big C or someone else, bring it, you know. But he isn't an offensive coach. McDummy ain't giving up his call playing. Maybe not. I keep hearing a lot of people saying that he won't give up the play calling, and I think that would be a disservice to himself. If Mike McDaniel can be smart enough to go ahead and just give up the play calling, I'm not look, he's a head coach, he's still gonna have plays in his mind. He might even be able to throw it to his OC to his play caller. But at the end of the day, to me personally, I think this might be the one move that does help McDaniel. And Yeah, this might actually save his job. What do I mean by that? Saving his job means that next year, 2025, we're actually a very good competitive team. Now, you're about to have, if, oh, Lord, please keep him here. If Anthony Weaver decides to stay officially with the Dolphins, and now I know, well, all the positions have been taken, ladies and gentlemen, you never really know. Okay, he's here right now, and league year hasn't started. Um, but having Weaver's second year installing his defense, he does his play calling. He knows his guys. He can rally his guys. Okay, cool. We got that settled. And the offense, if we can have Bobby Slowick be the one to actually call this, and Mike McDaniel goes ahead and focuses solely on the overall game, I think those, and I'm not, and build the game plan with your coordinators, with your assistants, all of that, because Mike McDaniel is good at that. Have that game plan for that week for how you want to attack those defenses you're going to be facing. And then you add on not having a stretch of, really calling those plays right on hand, just overall keeping the team together again, like a Nick Sirianni. Essentially, I don't want to say the cheerleader, but you're really more like the cheerleader and the warden of the players at the same time. Where you can keep their heads in the game, like, yeah, that's a bad play. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Let's move to the next one. Let's go. Focus on this. Attack this. Do this. And that's exactly what Nick Sirianni does. He doesn't call the plays. He has his guys and he lets them call the game. Obviously, he has input in it. I'm not saying don't give up your input. You're the head coach for a reason. But if Mike McDaniel makes this one move, I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but I mean, okay, maybe I'm being a super homerish when I say that. Uh, that's his downfall. I know, I know his downfall is not letting go of the play calling. Why does everyone assume McDaniel is smart? Well, I don't need to assume. I've seen his smartness. Now, I'm not like some other people who call him Mac genius or whatever. No. It's like I kept telling people, guys, we just hired him. We don't even know how he's gonna coach. Like, relax. This guy's a Mac genius. He's gonna get all. I'm like, great, but can we see him do it first before we start putting labels on people? The same thing I told guys about Patrick Mahomes. This whole he's the go, he's about to destroy Brady's record. Last time I checked, Brady has never been blown out in a Super Bowl. And this man's been blown out not once, but twice. And got blown out by Tom Brady. So yeah. And again, he's been in the league what, half the time that even you know Tom Brady even played. So you gotta give him a chance to be the first Mahomes. Well, his dad is the first Mahomes, so he'd be he's the second Mahomes. But you know what I mean? In football, let him be Mahomes, the first of his name ish. Like Brady, don't let him try to be Brady. Oh, the second coming. No, gosh. Anyways, we're veering off. My point is, you've seen this with Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. And that's in my opinion, one of the main reasons why they've had success throughout his 4 years of being the head coach of the Eagles. He took them to the Super Bowl his very first year. Second year didn't make it. Third year. Sorry, he didn't make it the first year. His second year. Yeah, his second year made it. He got them to a really good record that first year. Second year, Super Bowl. Third year, didn't make the Super Bowl. Fourth year, made the Super Bowl again and won it. And believe me, Philly fans are insane. Like you saw the whole, they literally tore up down like Philadelphia. They like destroyed their streets. No, Philly fans. It's no other way of saying it, Philly fans. But you gotta take the Sirianni approach. And if we can go in and have McDaniel do that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a much better outcome when it comes to our offense. Because I'm going to continue to say this, and I don't care how many people push back. Miami Dolphins defense, I am never worried about it. Ever. This organization, since the inception of this organization, has been led by its defense. We won 2 Super Bowls with a defense literally called the no name defense. You see what I mean? I am not worried about the defense or have ever really been super worried about the defense. Now, do I want my defense to be tough? Then, of course. But our defense hasn't been completely horrible because the Miami Dolphins are the most mid team of all time. And that's a problem. That is a problem. We're not horrible like the Panthers, where we're getting number 1 through 5 picks every season. But we're not good enough like the Patriots when they were with Brady, or like the Chiefs or Mahomes or Eagles, or even the Buffalo Bills, who are consistently picking in what, the late 20s, if not, well, not 30s, because Bills still haven't made it, but late 20s picks. No. What do? We're always stuck between pick 13 and 18, and it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Not bad enough that we can get a top pick, and not good enough where we can make the playoffs, or make the playoffs and make a deep run. And that's the problem. You're not worried about the defense? No, no. Our defense needs to step up. Come on, Miss Phins. Both units need to be better. I I'm saying it overall. Of course, both units have to be better. But I don't know about you. I could only probably in the last 5 years maybe count 5 games where the offense was the reason why we won the game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anywho, let me move on. Good. Overall, this one move, in my opinion, is exactly what the Dolphins need, and is exactly what will help Mike McDaniel. If he can give it up, it'll help him. Funny enough, we already have Ryan Slowick, which is his brother, in our coaching staff. He's a defensive assistant for the last 3 years for the Dolphins. So we're just keeping it in the family, literally. Now we got the other Slowick for the offense. Now, if we're smart, that is what we'll do. And it'll allow Matt McDaniel to just focus on the overall team. Now, when Bobby Slowick was the OC for the Texans, their offensive stats, they were 12th overall in yards per game, 7th overall in passing yards per game, 22nd in the rushing yards per game, and 13th in the points per game. And overall, 19th in third down conversion. That was 2013. In 2024, they were 22nd in yards per game, 14th in pass yards per game, 14th in rushing yards per game, and 19th in points per game. And they ended up also remaining 19th in third down conversions. So you saw that they went down a little bit more when it came to overall the yards per game, from 12th over to 22nd. in the Texans, that definitely doesn't help. The team overall. It's a little regression, but to me, at the end of the day, this is still a good move for the Dolphins as long as we take advantage of it. If we don't do that, man, we're just going to be wasting. We're going to be wasting a good opportunity to be able to have a more balanced offense, in my opinion. Now, right now, you got Mike McDaniel, who's the play caller. You got Frank Smith, who's the offensive coordinator. You got Darrell Bevel, who is the QB coach, the pass coordinator. And now you have Bobby Slowick, who's your senior pass coordinator. Man, shoot. I That's good, but if I'm the Dolphins, I'm making Bobby Slowick my play caller. He just needs to let it go. You do realize, CB83, we already had that in the last 5 years. We had both units be top 10. It took us nowhere, sir. What up, True Blazer? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, gosh. I'm just saying. But if we take this formula, this is it. Now, can you maybe make Frank Smith finally be the play caller? If you don't want Bobby Slowick to be the play caller, who was already an offensive coordinator and a successful one at that, you could put Frank Smith to be the play caller, or you still have Darrell Bevel as well. Either one of these three guys can be the play caller, but it just can't be Mike McDaniel anymore. In my opinion, it is too much for him to do all at the same time. All at the same time. It's too much for him. And it's been, how many times have we said, how many times have we said, um, that's one of the main reasons why you see Mike McDaniel struggling. And what else did we do? What else did we do with that, buddy? Huh? It took us to the playoff. Yeah. For what though? How did we do in the playoffs? Just saying. And like I said, it does not have to be Bobby Slowick if you don't want to give him the play calling duties because he's just coming into the game. If you want to give it to Darrell Bevel, who's already been in your team, already pretty much knows how to install your offense, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You could do Darrell Bevel, or you could even do Frank Smith, either one. But that right there, in my opinion, it is a much better opportunity for the Dolphins, period. Period. There's just no other way to really put it. He needs to give up play calling. And I think by having Bobby Slowick, it might ease that for him. We lost to the Super Bowl chance at their house in freezing temperature. Yes, yes. Um, we did. That is a fact. That's exactly what happened. But they weren't all that good. We could have beaten that team, and again and again and again, we fell short. Any reason why we didn't win the division? when we should have? It's just a question. Big issue has been getting the play call in on time. Yeah, I said this earlier at the beginning of the game. That's one of the main reasons. And I explained it. At that cutoff time, when the mic is done from the play clock, you can give half a play, and your guy's like, what the? That's why you see the players like, and then you're gonna see them. Oh God, I gotta figure out what the heck this man was talking about. And right now, I personally don't think we have the quarterback that can just think on the fly, or at least I haven't seen it. And if it's happened, I haven't seen it consistently. There you go. Don't keep me for that. Adjust to not losing in December. Yep, this team isn't bad. Just some adjustments need to be made. Yeah. And some people just accept average. Oh, ooh, oh. There was a team. What? Oh, I just saw posted in social media. Man, which sucks because he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. But a fan, Ryan something, literally paid money to put on a billboard and say mediocrity is not the standard. We deserve better. Fire Mike Tomlin or something like that. In those, either sell the team Rooney or fire what's his name, Mike Tomlin. And I was like, whoa. That's insane. Like that. I was like, wow. But you know what? I understand. I understand. They're consistently good, just not good enough in the last like 10 years. That's it. They're good, just not good enough. So people want to go ahead and take that chance. What up, Lewis in the building? Mr. 305. Sports babe himself. Just not a good game manager overall. From the layoff game penalties to whiffing on challenges, Mike Daniel has cost us big spots. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it gets. He seems flustered half the time in that sideline, and he looks like he's about to cry. Like literally every time they pan out to Mike McDaniel, I'm like, oh, God, this guy's about to cry. That's all I'm thinking. Like he looks like he's about to cry, and I'm like, oh man, what are we doing here? But if we were to go ahead and take now that we got Bobby Slowick, again, you don't have to give him the play calling duties because he hasn't been in the organization. He hasn't really seen the game plan like that. Fine, I'm okay with that. And guys, hit that like button. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe. I'm okay with that. You don't have to give it to him. But you need to take what the Eagles just showed you works. The Nick Sirianni approach, and I think it's what's gonna put Mike McDaniel in the best position. Because exactly how Lewis said, how many delay of games were you like, and but Lewis and everybody in the chat, I know you guys can answer for me. Whenever we're about to get a delay of game or close to it or whatever, I swear to you, is this just my opinion? We gotta verify it or whatever. But more often than not, what's the play he tends to call that you're like, we got a delay of game for that play? It's like we almost got a delay of game for that play. I know you guys know which specific play I'm talking about. It is his signature move where I'm just honestly watching the game. I almost just want to like throw something on the field. We know this. You guys know exactly what play where you're like, why can other teams do this, and we just suck at it. Like, there's no other way of putting it. You guys know what I mean. You know what play I'm talking about. It's in these bubble screens, and you're like, oh God, I can't. I can't. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? And the thing is, it just he seems flustered every time. You got Frank Smith, you got Derek Bevel. You need to give it up. You got to give it up. Because more often than not is that frustrating screen where you're like, why are we calling a play when it's 3-2 and we're calling a play that's 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage to try to gain 2 yards, and then we lose 5 yards? It's like fish sticks. Like, I can't with these screens. Steelers fans sounding like Dolphin fans is wild. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yes, usually a screen that ends getting blown up or a drop play for native yards. Exactly. And you're like, why? 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 And then you see other teams, they'll sprinkle it in. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why are other teams so successful? Well, if we didn't run it 67% of the time, then teams might not be ready for it when we do call it. Oh God, this fucking screens. I'm telling you. The screens, man, they piss me off. So to me, we need to do the Nick Sirianni approach with Mike McDaniel. It's the only thing that makes sense right now. We've been calling this now since last year. Since last year. Because that first year, we didn't really know what was up. But even last year, that we were actually successful. Tua played all 17 games. Ooh, we were 3 games ahead in the division with 5 games left. And I just can't stand this. Okay, let me see if I'm gonna say this word. I'm gonna butcher this word because I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know if I'm conjugating it completely correctly. So bear with me. But synonym, the synonym or synonymy of the Miami Dolphins and December collapse. And of course, right on cue, here comes one of our awesome members, Michael K. That was an epic collapse. Thank you. Thank you, Michael K. Keep rubbing it in. What up, Shake Money? Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if I said it right either way, guys. You tell me, but I can't stand having the Dolphins equate December collapse. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're about to win. Watch. And then you're like, Jesus, man, we suck in December. That's not true. We beat the Cowboys, who were bombs. They were horrible. And you want to? I mean, they had a winning record, so the one team that we beat with a winning record. And guess what? It took not one, two, three, four. It took 5 field goals from our special teams to be able to go ahead and get that win. I'm just saying. But if we were to take this approach where Mike McDaniel can go ahead and just focus on the overall game, give his input, but let the guys who are supposed to be the specialists, let them do it. Let them call the games. Obviously, we were in the defense. And just at this point, make it Frank Smith. He's your OC anyways. Make it Frank Smith. and that way we could see some success. That way we can see some success. Because look, we have we have Daryl Bevell being your QB coach and pass coordinator. We brought in Bobby Slowick to be our senior pass coordinator. So essentially, Bobby Slowick is taking that pass coordinator part of Daryl Bevell, right? That's what it looks like that we're doing. Okay, cool. Daryl Bevell is still our QB coach. Okay, cool. Then if he's a QB coach, let him then call the plays, if that's the case. But at this point, we just need someone else that's not this dude. This dude, you cannot call the plays. Focus on the game, the overall game. And then I think we'll see some success. It's the only way I think will actually see some success. If not, it's just too, he seems overwhelmed right now. Mike McDaniel seems overwhelmed when it comes to play calling on time. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. So if you want to go ahead and do that, yeah. Oh, um, you can make it happen. You can have some success, but this is why I hate the rabbit hole. That is the rabbit hole. That is Twitter. We love one solution and winning Super Bowls with one free agent additions. Well, what up, villain? Welcome. Yeah, go ahead and rewind, catch the replay, because I'm getting ready to go here. But I just want to say, I'm happy with this pick. I saw this is something that could blossom the up. Look. Although I know after our season technically was over, now we're in the off season, but our season was over while the season was still going. I was very down, like a lot of us fans, because it's just a bummer, man. I want to see my team in the playoffs. I want to see us in the divisional round, in the AFC conference. Can I see an AFC conference fan? Can I go to an AFC championship where my team is there? If I gotta take out a loan to go to this game, I'll go. I don't care. Or if you guys want to, support Miss Phins and no tax on tips, remember. Uh, then yeah, please feel free to tip away. But I'm just saying, like, shout out to Villain, one of our awesome, our first All Pro member. Mm, thank you, sir. But yeah, like that's where I'm at right now when it comes to Bobby Slowick. I think it's a good addition, but I think we can maximize this addition, and I think this addition, if properly done, can will can save Mike McDaniel's job with this one move, in my opinion, because that one move is giving up play calling, and now that we'll have somebody that can assist Frank Smith, assist Bevel, I think it'll be good. Now, setting up the game plan, obviously, man, you're the head coach. You got to be there for both offense and defense. You know what I mean? But you have, for the love of God, you have to give up the play call. You know what? So I'm gonna go to DCC. Shout out to Dolphins Cancer Challenge. Shout out to my team, Worldwide Phins Fans Club. We we're still accepting donations for DCC, guys. If you want 100% of your donation to go to DCC, you can send it over Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everything is Miss Phins, so that way I'm able to go ahead and take it and send it over there, or go to my profile and you'll find my link there as well. You can do it directly to DCC, either one. Um, um, so that way we can go ahead and continue to raise money for it. As far as what do you call it? As far as the coach, I know I'm gonna get a chance to go ahead and see him. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I need to be ready. Ooh, I might just interview this puppy. That'd be cool. Oh man, now I gotta get ready. This sucker's just it's not this weekend, next weekend. Now I gotta be ready. I gotta think. If I can ask Mike McDaniel. Hey coach, so real quickly, for my fans, shout out. Real quickly, just one thing, you gotta give them with the soft questions. Like, what's one thing that you loved that you took away from this season, coach? Well, da 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 da, whatever he ends up saying, right? Oh, yeah. And you know what? A lot of fans are really excited that we got Bobby Slowick here in the building, especially with that great coaching staff that you have with Frank Smith and Daryl Bevel. Right now, is this something where we can see perhaps where you get an opportunity to, it's how you work these things, to realize your full potential and and do like it and mirror what the Super Bowl winning championship head coach, Nick Sirianni does, where he rallies the troops and keeps everybody focused in the game while he has his OCs and DCs taking care of play calling. Is that something that we could expect this upcoming season? Man, I need to write this down. You saw how I did that? I was like, sir, I'm serious, because if I can get that, I mean, that'd be dope. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just saying that would be. What's up, Steve? Now you got a pep in your step. Me or McDaniel? Cause man, but you gotta soften them up. Give them some soft questions, and then boom, stick them with what you really want to say, but like nicely. And in that way, he'll probably end up saying something like, that's something that we're definitely going to consider being there, we want to look at the success of the team and improving upon that and this, that, and another. That would be great. Oh my God. That would be great. That would be great. Billy, what do you mean by this? Get up the Eagles, my goodness. Nobody sweated the Chiefs like that. Listen, I'm just using Nick Sirianni as a motivation because he just won the Super Bowl as a head coach, man. That's it. But he's not the only one that actually does this. Like, he's not the only coach that doesn't call plays. There are multiple coaches in the league right now that are not play callers in their team on purpose, and they allow their coordinators to do that. I'm just using him as the easiest example, the most recent. They just played like 4 days ago. So yeah, won the Super Bowl the year people wanted him fired. I know, right? Which is hilarious to me. You know who also did that, and I will never forget this. My Coughlin. So Mike Coughlin for the New York Giants. He had the fire rumors and all that stuff, right? The hot seat rumors. What does he do? Win a Super Bowl that year. He still got fired, but it's still hilarious to see it. So yeah. Oh, Tom. Didn't I say Tom? Oh, I said Mike. Sorry, I'm thinking. I mixed up the two. It's Tom Coughlin. Yes. Thank you. But you know who I was talking about. I said his last name right. His first name, I was thinking of a different coach. So yeah, I talked many defense off the list that year. Yeah, I was kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie, but they managed to win the Super Bowl. Guys, at the end of the day, no one, the only thing that matters is this right here. You see the picture. That's all that matters, man. The Lombardi Trophy, being the greatest team in the league. That's it. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. There are 31 losing teams every single year. 31 losing teams. Now, some teams lose better than others. you know, like in this case, the Chiefs. They lost, but at least they got a chance to win. Same thing with everybody else that was in the playoffs. They got a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. But that's at the end of the day. This is all that matters. Nothing. Let me make this move. Nothing else matters but this right here. This right here. The Lombardi Trophy. That's it. Nothing else matters. So if you could do something to go ahead and get you that win, you have it's criminal not to want to do it. It is criminal, punishable by firing. Like that's the only way you can rectify something like that. I'm just saying. That's the only way you can do that. So for me personally, it only makes sense that way. So I would have to say at the end of the day, if the Dolphins really are serious about, making an improvement this upcoming season, they have to go ahead and let someone else to be the play caller, in my opinion. They do that, we might have something in the works. At least at the top. At least at the top. Not gonna be easy. He's gonna have to get adjusted to it. But I think this is how Mike McDaniel takes his skill sets he's learned as a head coach and gets better. Now he'll be able to be all over the entire team, not just the offense. Because we've had just an offensive minded coach or a defensive minded coach, and the only focus. Look at Adam Gase. Adam Gase literally would sit down on the bench when the defense was playing. What kind of head coach is that? This is not a head coach. That's a part-time employee. I'm just saying like that makes no sense to me. You can't you don't have success with that. So if we wanna find success, we have to one of the major things we have to let McDaniel be the overall head coach on that sideline and let your guys do the rest. Let Weaver delegate. Let Weaver deal with the play calling for the defense and also his guys. Let Frank Smith. But again, I don't even think Bobby Slowick would even get the opportunity to play call. That's fine. He'll help build the team and the game plan, the offensive game plan for that week. But you got Frank Smith, who's your OC. He's been there with you since you started. Let him do it. And that way, you'll have enough time to take a look at the entire field. Okay, what am I seeing consistently that we've been able to go ahead and take advantage of from that defense? Okay, let's go ahead and have input with your OC with your coordinators. I'm not saying just let it go and no, you gotta consistently talk to them. Hey, we're in this situation. It's 3rd and 8. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna run? How are we gonna attack this? Blah 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 blah. Okay, send it in. That that's the conversation that we need to have. But Mike McDaniel has to let go of that part. That part is hindering him, and that's where he trips over himself. He trips over himself. That's why I say sometimes he outcoaches himself because he's tripping over himself. And if he definitely were to give that up, man, I think our offense will succeed even more. Even more. What up, King Mill? Welcome. Good morning, Miss Phins. And thanks for the show you give us in the morning. I appreciate it. And you. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you too, buddy. Man, you're like a super day oneer. You're like way when I wasn't even Miss Phins yet. So I appreciate you. He be tripping. Like, exactly. Like, sometimes I'm like, God, McDaniel, what kind of play? Don't get me wrong. He'll call a good play, but the players won't execute it. That's not on him. That's on the players by not executing the play. But there are some questionable plays in specific moments, like the critical moments where you need that play to be able to do it. Obviously, you need it's a 50% of it because you need the players to execute it regardless. But if you can have if you can, oh my lord, have someone else play calling and you just focus on the overall, rein in everybody when it's maybe getting out of control. Hey, snap back into it, guys. Let's go ahead and focus on this. This is what I'm seeing. Da, 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 da. Execute, 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 execute. Keep them in line. And maybe he doesn't seem like that, but no, I've seen the passion of my head coach. I'm telling you, this man, he almost got ejected in a couple of games because he was literally like on the refs. And you see the refs just like this. This is the ref right here. Pretending like he don't got make well, they're typically taller than him, so he don't got McDaniel right here on his face like so I'm like, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. What up, Finn Sammy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. From X. What's up, man? And I or I think you mean I at least Bobby Slowick or let me see if I can read this. Bobby Slowick has a reputation of having some teeth. Some tough attitude and discipline is needed on that coaching staff. Yeah. Oh, at least Bobby Slowick has a reputation of having some teeth. Listen, man, I'm I'll take it. We need it. We're acting like the Texans didn't have a success that first year with CJ Stroud. Now I get it. This past season maybe it slowed down. Obviously, that's why I love my daddy. Shout out to you, daddy. Um, that's why my dad always says, whenever you have a new player in a position, coach or whatever, that first year is the most important year because nobody has tape on you. Nobody knows what you're going to be in the NFL or in that particular position or with those players. So that first year is the most important year. That's when you got to attack, right? But that second year, that's why you see those sophomore slumps. No, they got tape on you. So of course they're gonna know how to take away certain things from you. That's when you have to elevate your game, learn from those mistakes, and keep growing. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry I had to correct. No worries, man. I got you. Looks like old McDaniel can build a coaching staff. Man, I'm gonna be blowing up that narrative like you have no idea. If we don't have success, I will not accept anything except AFC Championship. I don't know how some people could be okay with just you just gotta win a playoff game. A playoff game, that's all I have. The playoff game situation was 2 years ago. 2 years ago was just a playoff game. This is year 4 now that we're coming up to. I don't want to hear no playoff game win. That does nothing to me except lie to us and tell us how we're doing good when we're really not. And then we can't make the real decisions we have to make, like pull the plug and let it go so we can make some real changes. 100%. Thank you. Thank you. But seriously, that's how I feel. Hey, if you can do me a favor, Finn Sammy, if you're not subscribed already, man, Please come over here to YouTube. Please, please, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to support the channel, guys. And it kind of lets everybody else know about the show. So I appreciate it. I'm getting ready to finish because I actually gotta go. But this is why I'm excited for this. I I love my team. I mean, you guys see the background. You guys see the background. You guys have seen my hat wall. I haven't put up my hat wall because right now, I don't have my wall properly set up, and I gotta paint and whatever, and it's a hassle. So I haven't done it. But you guys have seen my hat wall. Like you see the stuff. You see, steady right there. Like I love my team, but sometimes it just upsets me so much. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So we have the opportunities. This is a thank you, True Blazer. This is exactly what we need to do, and this needs to be the start where McDaniel gets himself out of his own way and grows as a head coach. You gotta grow as a head coach. How do you do that? Evaluate. It's called uh, self-evaluation. You gotta evaluate yourself. Your bosses are gonna evaluate you. Yeah, trust me. And right now, man, you are getting into like the last nerve of Ross. Ross is like, if they don't get me something here that involves winning, everybody's fired, which they should have already been fired, but whatever. So this is it. Get ready to spend all the money in the world because if this isn't successful this year, I don't see this regime, this front office. Heck, I don't even think the owner is gonna stay at this point. So, but yeah, that's where I got it, guys. I just wanted to bring you because I know it happened a couple days ago, but you know, Super Bowl and all this stuff. I'm like, look, we've got an entire off season, so you know you're gonna hear from Miss Phins every day. We got some more stuff to talk about on Friday, which is tomorrow. So go ahead and check it out. As you can obviously find Miss Phins Monday to Friday, every Monday to Friday at AM Eastern. For how long am I gonna do that? Oh gosh. It's tough, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It is tough. It is the off season. Usually I do Monday through Friday for obviously do it. In season. I try to cut back and I'm still deciding what day I'm gonna take off. But it's just too much, at this point it tends to be a little bit much. So I like to go ahead and take one day off. It's gonna be spring, summer. You get to travel, do a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at right now. But you're gonna get content all the time. Great minds think alike. Thank you, Sammy, again. If you haven't done so, come over here. Miss Fence, hopefully Tyreek stays away from Stop. Because I'm going to talk about Tyreek tomorrow. That's why I didn't even bother to bring him up today. I wanted to focus on McDaniel and I wanted to focus on Slowick because I think that was very interesting. And I think it's very important that we focus on that. But I'm definitely talking about Tyreek tomorrow. Because my God, the roller coaster that is Tyreek Hill and in this team, man, I'm telling you, like, oh, it's crazy. We still, so real quick, so you guys get an understanding, we're gonna break down. I still gotta get you guys. We're gonna do the end of the season review. We do it every season. We do the before the season starts, mid season review, and then we do the end of the season review. I've got even the prior years. So we're gonna compare those two, and we break those puppies down. I'm gonna do one day it's gonna be offense, one day it's gonna be defense, one day it's gonna be just Tua. Why? Because he's the quarterback. Why not? You know what I mean? And I might even do Mike McDaniel. You know what I mean? Just an overall end of the season review from Mike McDaniel himself. So that's coming up. We're also gonna talk about the cap We gotta break it down. A lot of people get confused on the cat. Man, I used to get confused too, but I've learned a lot. No love for cheetah on Valentine's Day. No, there's gonna be plenty of love for cheetah on Valentine's Day. Just you know, it's gonna be a little. You know what they say? There's a fine line between love and hate. I don't hate him. I mean, I like, I like him, but yeah, he's gonna be a little steamy. Tomorrow's show though, it's probably gonna be a lot shorter. I'll tell you that, cause no. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, so we got a bunch of stuff coming up this off season, guys. Stay tuned. I gotta still update you guys about what the off season is, draft talk, all of that. Mock draft. We don't do mock drafts till we get closer um to the actual draft. I'm not wasting my time. Okay, but the off-season schedule, we're gonna break that down so you guys know when to expect this and that. Also give you reviews when those things, like combine, all that good stuff. Which everything is coming up actually pretty soon. Some of this stuff starts at the end of this month. So we're gonna be discussing all of that, guys, together. And I'm gonna get some other content creators to come over here, say hello to you guys, have a little bit of debates. Also, keep an eye out. We are doing a couple of lady panels as well. I talked to my girls, get them on here, so that way we can go ahead and have fun. Um, and yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And guys, again, thank you so much. It's been a fun season as always. I love doing this, man. I love you guys. But if you could do me a favor, shout out to everybody watching um across all three: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Thank you so much, guys. At the end of the day, if you guys can do me a favor, please, please, please come over here to YouTube, guys. This is where we're building the channel. We're trying to get to 2,000. We need about 400 or so to get to 2,000 subs, guys. It'd be awesome to get that this off season so we can start the new season with 2K. Oh man, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. So help Miss Vince to that 2K challenge. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and do it. And as of course, we're upgrading things and working on, designs and stuff to keep things coming for you guys. So please come over here to YouTube, like, subscribe, follow me on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all of it. You're gonna continue to get more stuff. But again, this is Miss Fins. I'm Miss Fins. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You guys take care, stay safe, have fun, and enjoy this awesome Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully, Mike McDaniel realizes what he needs to do to succeed in life, which is give up play calling, man. Please, please, coach. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. And as always, bye bye.